Welcome back to Man Across New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling, and shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today. And I just realised I forgot to go to the KK Slider concert yesterday, so you know that's going to be another week of not collecting before, missing KK Slider songs. But you know, it's even worse because I went on yesterday at night time to try and see if Celeste was still there, or not see us still there, to see if she was there. She wasn't, by the way. But I just forgot about the KK Slider concert. Oh well. Who cares? It'll happen eventually. So, hello there everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 2:10 PM on Sunday, March 21st, 2021. Now for today's announcements, visit our campsite. Let's see who it's going to be then. Who are we thinking? Again, a reminder, we're looking for Biscuit, Phoebe. Who are the other two? Fauna. Biscuit, Phoebe, Fauna. I forgot who the other one is. I'm hoping to find Biscuit, Phoebe, Fauna. I know, it'll come to me. I've got something from Amelia. Dearest dear, I've been searching for a new owner for this flooring for so long, but no more. The new owner is you. Congratulations, this must be destiny. I'm pretty sure we got that exact letter from Amelia before. We've got a load of floor lights, which will continue putting down the paving area of the summer festival section of the island. Who is the other? This is actually bothering me now. Who? Oh, Apollo. How could I forget Apollo? Apollo. Well, we'll see who it's going to be. I mean, that again, any of those is like 1 in 150 chance or whatever, which is, you know, not particularly high odds. So we'll just sort of see who we get. Ah, it's you. I know you. You're the one who's actually a balloon, right? Because you got the thing on the back of your head. Hopkins, that's it. Yeah, I've seen you a couple of times before on the Nook Mile Island hopping, but unfortunately you're sadly not Biscuit. Although I'm sure you're fantastically cute as well. So we'll just go about our business. Yeah, and I mean, today being Sunday, of course, there's not really much that's going to be going on. At least in actual Animal Crossing island. So it's more like, what are we going to do today? What have I been up to today, you might ask? Well, thank you for asking. Hold on, are these misaligned? This seems too far away. Wait a second. Just use holes to try and align everything. Oh, they are misaligned. Have I messed this up? They're not aligned according to the grid system, that is, that Animal Crossing has in place. There we go. I was wondering, I was like that. Some of those look strangely out of place. Yeah, what have I been up to today? Not really much. I woke up quite late. I stayed up kind of late last night, chatting to a friend. It was a good chats. And yeah, so I woke up kind of late. I woke up at like 11, and I was like, oh god, that's a bit late. So I was like, I don't really feel like doing anything. I'm too, you know, it's like when you sleep too much, you're tired as well, which feels counterintuitive, but it's more like your body being exhausted rather than tired or something, isn't it? Exhausted and tired, you know, rather similar words, of course. But the feeling is different. You get me? The feeling behind it. Once again, with feeling. Oh my god, these lights are so annoying to put down. Please just be put down where I want you to be put down. Also, what flooring did you give us, Amelia? So yeah, I don't know, I didn't do much. Did my Genshin dailies, that was about it. Well, I should say, did my dailies and all these little gacha games I'm playing. But still. Is that in the right place? I can't tell if this is in the right place or not. Maybe align ourselves with a bush. Yeah, then I'll be doing some drawing later today. Drawing something, ... Which, you'll soon see enough. See you soon enough. Hold on, I was like, that's not how English phrases, sentences are constructed, you know? This reminds me of another interesting conversation I had with, I can't even remember who it was with. Let's just say a friend, as a catch-all scenario. Do you think in your head, do you think in proper sentences? Now what I mean by that is when you formulate ideas and stuff in your head, do you think in complete whole sentences as if you were talking out loud in a conversation, of that sort of thing? As a question my friend asked me, and I thought about it, and I was like, no, I don't think, on most cases, unless I'm actually simulating a conversation in my head, or enacting something, I suppose, in my head, I don't. I think in concepts, I suppose, and ideas, in abstract thoughts, And well, I suppose the best way to put it is I think in feelings. Oh, hello, Audie. You're giving us a side eye there. You know, I gotta say, these Animal Crossing villages must not have the most balanced diet, seeing as the only things they can eat are sandwiches and donuts. Oh, and bowls of soup. And maybe something else? Ice cream, I think? Yeah. Or ice lollies, I can't remember. Yeah, and I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I think in feelings, if that makes sense. Like, not feelings necessarily like emotions all the time, but like how something feels. Like, and if I'm thinking about food to eat. Oh, you know what I also discovered yesterday, actually, when I logged on, is we don't have any orange cosmoses. You might say, what? We don't have any orange cosmoses? Yeah, you're right. And then you look and you're like, yeah, we don't have any orange cosmoses for some unfathomable reason. The rainbow, what's the word? The reference sheet I used for the rainbow, this rainbow bridge, is lacking orange cosmoses on the things. I don't know if it's lacking any other flowers. I didn't check. Maybe I should check, you know, right now. Why don't we check this right now? That's the most exciting thing I can think of to do right now. It's Sunday. It's New Horizons. It's crazy. It's wacky. We can do whatever we want. So don't you worry about it. New Horizons. Oh, someone's actually got something of all the colours. So white, of course, there should be 8 of them. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Green, there's only 1. Yep. Yellow, there's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Orange, there should be 8, I think. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, we're missing cosmoses. Red, there's 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pink, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks about right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 purples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And blacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all of them. I think. Maybe. Wait, hold on. Maybe I should count them by number. I don't know. Well, it's 3 by 8. That's 24. 48. Wait, 48. 49. 52, 53. It was 53 flowers in total, 54 including the lily of the valley. So theoretically, how many do we have on this side? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 25, 26, 52, 53. So 54. Oh yeah, it should be 54. Yeah, so it's just orange cosmos we're missing. So I was thinking about what to do, and I think we should move a lily of valley here. We should move... Annoyingly, we need to move all of these flowers one to the left. So that's actually what we're going to do today. It's going to be a bit boring, but you know. We'll have casual conversations to make up for it. And by casual conversations, it's not really a conversation, because I suppose a conversation kind of implies it's going to be two-sided. But it's just me talking. But let me just quickly check the KK Slider song. It's Marine Song 2001. We've already got that. Anything new? Nope. But yeah, yeah, I think most of the time I conceptualize things with abstract thought rather than complete sentences. Like, I don't know, it's hard to think about. I suppose even when I'm talking, well, to be fair, when I'm talking right now, I'm not actually thinking of anything. Mind empty. I'm just saying immediately what comes to mind. So I guess this is my running stream conversation, except for it's going through a filter to make it much more understandable for human consumption rather than my own consumption. But no, if I think about something. But the thing is, you have to think about something not in the context of a conversation, because it's not surprising that if you think about a conversation that you think in terms of a conversation. Does that make sense? That might not make sense. What I mean is, if you think in the style of thinking about a conversation, you're just basically simulating the conversation in your mind. So of course you're going to be thinking in whole sentences, right? So you need to think abstractly about something. So when I think about like my favourite food or something, I conceptually not picture necessarily, but like the idea of like spaghetti, you know, comes to mind, or chicken katsu. But it's not like I think in my brain, my favourite food is chicken katsu, or something like that. I don't know how common that is, you know, that'd be interesting to see. There's a lot of things you can... Sorry, and I mean, it's interesting how people's people's brains work in different ways, and it just, you know, That's what you used to. That's just how it happens. Because there's I remember I was watching a video ages ago about, I can't remember, this artist girl on YouTube or something, and she was talking about she has a condition called Aphantasia, which she discovered about, I'm not sure how recently or whatever, which meant that she can't actually visualize things in her mind, which is a strange concept to think about from someone who can, I suppose, visualize things in my mind, which I suppose is the majority of people, unless you're watching this right now and you're going like, wait, I can't visualize things in my mind. Maybe you have aphantasia, and you know, I'm glad this could be a good realization opportunity for you at least. But yeah, the way she described it is like when people picture an apple from her perspective, she knows like properties of apples. She knows that they can be red or green, they're somewhat crunchy, they've got a round-ish shape, and they're fruit, but she can't like visualize what an apple would look like in her mind using her mind's eye. I suppose that's the way to say it. She's got a blind mind's eye. which is interesting to think about, because I suppose visualization, or image visualization, I suppose in this case, is a sort of scaled, isn't it? That goes from 0, from people with aphantasia, to like 10, or people who have I was going to say like photorealistic mind's eye, but I don't know if really that's the way to put it, because your mind's eye is not quite, well, I'm not aware of anyone whose mind's eye is 100% spot on, because it's sort of just like, or maybe people are not, people do have 100% spot on image visualization, but the way my brain works is it tends to, it's pretty good, I'd say. I think I have pretty detailed image visualizations of things. Like I see things quite detailed, quite clearly, but you know, you can't get every single detail in when you picture something in your mind, or maybe you can, in which case I'm just not privy to that sort of information, because I guess I wasn't aware of it. But yeah, well, actually we don't need to move all the flowers, we only need to move up to the pansy. We'll probably slot in the cosmos here, because they're kind of orange and yellow, aren't they? Orange and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. Yeah, normally that line is red, isn't it? Anyway, what's the thing? I forgot. Image visualization. Oh yeah. I don't remember what my next point was about that. Oh yeah, no, it was. I remember we had like an assembly back in secondary school. Not quite directly related to us. In fact, I can't even remember what the context was behind it. But it was something like the teacher asked us to picture a leopard or something, or a cheetah. I can't remember, some big cat with a load of spots. And then, you know, so most of you probably can picture a leopard, and you can see it, you know, it's got spots, it's probably like running in motion or something. Maybe you see it in the Sahara. Not Sahara, Serengeti. At least I think I'm Serengeti, I don't know. I'm not much of a biology expert, but yeah, but then he's like, alright, now count how many spots it has. How many spots your cheetah has. And it's like, oh, it's weird, because you know, your brain can't focus on that sort of thing. I don't know how many spots this imaginary cheetah I'm picturing in my mind has. And like, when you try and count the spots, I don't know how to describe it, except for it's sort of like trying to count something which is constantly like not shifting, because it's not changing, but the image of a cheetah is not changing in my mind. It's just like not solidly there. I suppose it's trying to like I don't know, what would be like a good analogy for this? I often think in analogies, so I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. I suppose it's trying to pick out something which is not there, but you can see it still. And it's a bit hard to conceptualize, because I suppose in your mind's eye things don't really have to be for laws of reality or anything like that. It can sort of just go wild. How do we get a yellow rose from an orange rose? Oh, you know what? I never really thought about this. I wonder if you only need to water one of the flowers for them to breed. You know? Because I'm pretty sure I only watered the orange rose. Excuse me, Joy-Con Drift. I only watered the orange rose, and it gave me a yellow rose. Weird. So maybe they still breed even though I didn't water this other one. I don't know how it works. Or maybe Bruce watered it. Either way. Yeah, I don't know. If you haven't tried it for yourself until right now, try it for yourself. Try picturing like a cheetah, a leopard or whatever, as vividly as you can in your mind. Like, you know, get all those details in there. Have it running or whatever you want, I don't know. and then try and count how many spots it has. You just can't. Well, unless you can, in which case, wow. But at least I can't, and it's strange. I don't know how you would describe it, because it's such a weird disconnect. It's sort of like the situation of when you know you can theoretically know everything about how to do something, but you just can't do it. You know, it's that sort of frustration, I suppose. It's like I can see all these spots, and then I can focus in on the spots, but then when you tell me to like zoom out and start counting them, it's just like they're not there. But it's not like they're not there. I can see them. They're just not uncountable, I suppose. They're not like solid enough. I suppose that kind of happens in dreams. I don't know if you've ever had this opportunity in dreams, but whenever you try and read something in dreams, the words usually tend to get they usually tend to get like scrambled or whatever as you try reading them, or they start changing, or you read it and then you read it again and it's something different. Sometimes they hold their own for a little bit. I find is that you look at the text and it's like, oh yes, this says, and like I don't know, it's the title of a book or something. But certainly when you look away and look back again, most of the time they'll change. And honestly, that's actually a decent way to check if you're in a dream. I think I talked about this before for lucid dreaming or something. One of the ways to check if you're in a dream or not, you know? You can see if, I wonder if we should do like 5 Jacob's ladders, or like turn the corner ones into, sorry, Lily of the Valleys, not Jacob's ladders. I don't know, we'll just sort of leave it like that. Oh yes, another purple hyacinth. Perfect, that's the final one we needed. And of course I missed it completely. I tried to catch some fog once. I missed. Yes, I am going to make that joke every single time I say I missed something. What do you mean that's getting tired? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I suppose until I saw that video I wasn't like really aware aphantasia was even a thing. I suppose it's not really something that crosses your mind. Like, other people's experiences, yeah, sure, but like, you don't think exactly in what way, but I keep forgetting about the jingle. Oh no, wait, we have to make the jingle sled. Wait, we should see how many baubles we might need for the jingle sleigh. Sled or sleigh? Are they both correct terms? I don't know. I've never really thought about it. Where is it? What? Is it not a thing? I could have sworn Jingle gave us a jingle sleigh. Sleigh Queen. Or maybe it was an item. Hold on. Did I just make it up? Is that not a thing? New Horizons Jingle Sled. Toy Day Sleigh. No, it's an item. It's not a craftable one, it seems. Oh, okay, maybe it's just in our not inventory, our storage, and I just never realised. Yeah, but I suppose it's difficult to picture things from other people's perspectives in the first place, in some aspects, you know. But it's even harder to picture things like, you know, I suppose what makes aphantasia difficult to really realise or conceptualise, it's the lack of something, isn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's harder definitely from the person with aphantasia's perspective to picture, sorry, too soon, to imagine what it's like to be able to imagine something. It's sort of like trying to describe colour to a blind person, isn't it? Well, I suppose, perhaps a bit more literally in this case. You're trying to describe something that they can't do to someone who can't do it. It's like, the only way you can describe it is using concepts related to the actual concept itself. Oh, which hello. If we can customise this, we should customise it and put it on the, buy it and customise it and put it on the left side of the island, probably. Like an angelic orchestra or something. That'd be quite nice. But yeah. I know. I suppose I was calling it strange. It's not strange so much, but it's more like the concept of it is difficult for me to conceptualise, I suppose. Especially because I feel like a lot of how I think is in pictures certainly makes up like a large portion of it. Like I have a very visual imagination. Visual and audio, I suppose. Well, I suppose those are the only two parts of it now I think about it. No, that's not true. You can get like emotions and feelings, you can get touch, I suppose, the other senses. I don't know. I guess I don't really imagine things taste or smell all that much. I will say, oh, hello Vivian. I do get audio things. I do imagine audially quite a lot. So maybe that's not too surprising. How much I randomly sing and all that sort of thing. Like, especially when I'm like going to sleep. I can tell when I'm in that stage of when I'm starting to like drift into deep sleep, as I can start hearing music. Music starts playing in my head, as if I had headphones in or something. You might say that sounds horribly annoying. No, it's great actually. It's like I got a constant radio station in my head. Or something like that. I don't know. I suppose your mileage may vary when it comes to that sort of thing. We have so many orange roses compared to everything else. Why? Also, we have a yellow and orange rose right next to each other here. I don't know how I've managed that. Why do we have so many orange roses? And also, why am I speaking with that accent? I don't know. We've got an orange lily. We can actually put that down somewhere. Hello, Rowan. Yeah, so anyway, oh yeah, for orange cosmoses, don't worry. I don't need to go breed some more because, I've told my friend Benedict about it because if you don't know, if you haven't been here since day 20, are you even a true fan? No, I'm joking. Obviously very facetious. Please don't go back and watch episode 20 or whatever. There's like 300 of them. It'd take you a long time. Or take you 154 hours. Like, yeah, that's like 6 days or something of continuous watching. That's too much. And that's like not even counting sleeping. We need to give you a fossil. I forgot. We didn't buy gift wrap either. I'm not in the habit of giving out gifts again. It's been so long. It's been so long since I last have seen my son. Sorry, my throat's a bit... my throat's a bit dead, so perhaps I shouldn't sing so much. It's not going to stop me, but still. Yeah, no. I remember... I can't remember what website it was on or whatever, but there was this old website. Oh, we need to go get some money to get the cello. But I looked on that had like these thinking exercises, and just to see how well you can visualize things. And the concept behind the website was basically that when you visualize things, the first way you think of something is meant to be like indicative of some certain parts of your personality, or the way you think of that sort of thing. Like, I remember one of them was like imagining a ball on a table or something, and like the colour of a ball is meant to represent something. I don't particularly think it's necessarily got any scientific ground. I mean, maybe it does, but I feel like it's more about the process of itself. It's enlightening, kind of like a Rorschach test, isn't it? It's not necessarily what you see is completely indicative of. How much was the cello? Was it 180 or was it 130? Let's just withdraw this much just in case. I don't remember. Yeah, it's more of a process of why you come to that conclusion, I suppose, in the first place, which might be indicative of yourself more than anything, rather than necessarily the fact of itself. But yeah, again, I'm not a psychologist, so what do I know? I'm sort of just spitballing randomly here. Yeah, what was I saying? I can't remember. Something about that website about visualizing things, but I don't really remember what my point was from that. So I can't remember any of the specifics of it. No, I think it was like there were comments or something on it, and then people were like some people having difficulty like visualizing things, or like I don't know. It was 130. Okay, well we'll just have a load of bells. I guess in our pockets instead. It's interesting, isn't it? What people visualize, what people think. I suppose you can have this mini exercise here. It's like try and visualizing an apple. All right, visualize an apple. Now, how detailed is that apple? Can you spin it? Can you pick it up? Can you put it on the table in your visualization? Like, a lot of those just seem pretty natural. Like, okay, I'm gonna picture an apple. Right now it's a cartoon apple. Okay, make it a real apple. Okay, there we go. Now it's got like those red and yellow stripes on it and everything. Put a sticker on it. Okay, sure. Put a fruit sticker on it. Okay, now rotate it. All right, that way around. Sure. Put it on the table. Okay, put it on the table. Why don't you imagine a hand catching it and throwing it up in the air and catching it again? Okay, like, yeah, I know. I feel like because it's something I've taken for granted, I suppose, is what I'm trying to break this down into, is how visualization comes to me quite easy. And, you know, you never really consider it the fact that people can't visualize, or can't conceptually imagerize things, I suppose. And it's amazing how the brain just sort of gets around that, because to bring it back full circle, this girl, of course, she was an artist, and she actually addressed this in the video, because it was one of the first things I thought. It's like, wow, you're an artist, but you can't actually visualize anything. It must be incredibly difficult trying to like draw anything. I think, like, even myself, I feel like I can visualize things pretty well. Most of my frustration comes from the fact I can't translate it exactly into the image process I want. It must be even more frustrating when you can't even start out with any sort of basis of image or base image of visualization of anything. So it's sort of just like, how do you do it? She explains it herself that she thought about it, and then she thinks it's not like she doesn't have an artistic eye or anything for things that she can see. She can see when something's wrong. It's just she has to go through a lot of trial and error or whatever to correct things. So she has like concepts and like ideas of how things should fit together, but she just has to put it on paper first before she can really make any judgments about it. And there's must be a lot of erasing and putting back, trying to get everything to fit together properly. Which honestly, that's very impressive. I wanted to check Abel's sisters, because I was like, I haven't checked in a while, and there's some things I might need to buy from them if they got them in store. Yeah, so it's just amazing what your brain can just like cope with things. If it's just like that, it's just like, oh, this is a very difficult situation and scenario for you to work through, but your brain just somehow deals with it. It just gets used to it. It's crazy, isn't it? Or maybe you don't think it's that crazy. I think it's pretty crazy. Oh, we didn't bring the tickets. Oh well. None of these are things I wanted, so we'll just buy this tiara, I suppose, and leave, just to not feel awkward walking into here and not doing something. Hello, Mabel. Not Mabel, Sable. Makes it perfect time to check our spring fashions. I was thinking of you when I made them. Did you make all these clothes? You're such a wide berth of like fashion items that you can make, Sable. I would have thought people who create fashion tend to be much more specialised than this, but apparently you can make everything. Of course, that's just a video game simplification. So we don't need multiple clothing stores or whatever, which honestly I would kind of like. Bring back the high street and then have like different clothing stores, or like, I suppose it's inconvenient, but it's just things to add to the atmosphere of New Horizons, because I didn't even talk about this yesterday. It's been a month. Have we got our recipe on the beach yet? I'm not sure. I'm going to comb up and down the beach, assuming we haven't, but we might have already got it. Oh, what do you think about Raymond? What was I saying? Yeah, it's been a year since New Horizon has been released, since I've started playing on March 20th. Of course, this is not day 365 if you're wondering, because I skipped out like 5 days in the middle. But still, it's crazy how far we come. But I was just thinking about it, because there was a Reddit thread where a person was like, I'm just kind of disappointed with the content that's been released, and I do get that aspect of it. I feel like in certain aspects, New Horizons is actually kind of disappointing compared to New Leaf. There's a lot that's missing. Things like, of course, the cafe, the police station, the high street, the depth of fruits basket. Whoa, this could actually be a really cool thing to put down. And like villager dialogue, a lot of it is missing, and I suppose depending on what you've played the previous versions for, it can feel rather disappointing. But I suppose what New Horizons does have compared to the others is it's got such a ridiculous range of customization. Like, this is the first and only time that you can really put down anything you want all over your island. Why is this tree not growing? Or is it growing? It's hard to tell. Oh, well, goodbye, axe. Looks like we need to go make another one. I guess we'll go make another one very quickly before this episode ends. Yeah, it's got such a wide berth of customization options, and New Leaf pales in comparison to that sort of thing. So it's really, if you're the sort of person who likes to customize, to decorate, to design, that sort of thing, I suppose like Rach, then really New Horizons does have quite a lot waiting for you. But equally, because there's not really as much of a sense of progression in any of the systems in it past, like the first few days, it kind of feels aimless, And it's not surprising a lot of people burnt out on it, because the only thing you could do was customization. But, you know, there's a lot of things to customize. If you don't take things little by little, you can very easily overdo it and then become sort of like tired of it. And I'm not saying that their criticisms are not valid of New Horizons. I think they honestly are valid, but, you know, I think it's just the reality of it is like, this is just sort of how games are nowadays. Is constant update patches rather than full releases necessarily from the get-go. So, you know, I'm gonna hold my tongue until we start. I know it's been a year, and a year's a long time already, but until we start seeing how much further they go with supporting the game and what things get released. Because I mean, Splatoon was like supported for quite a while, but I believe a lot of the devs on New Horizons also worked on Splatoon, and now Splatoon 3 is coming out. I'm not really sure how it's going to work for New Horizon updates, but hopefully, I know, maybe it's me being hopelessly idealistic that good things will happen in future with New Horizons and update patches. But yeah, I guess we can only wait and see. But for now, I guess we'll round off this episode here. If you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares are all greatly appreciated. Links down below. I hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.